don't hope for an easy life. Hope for the strength to endure a difficult life. Speaking of which, these three messed up the exact same way they did before, which is interesting. We know it's not a clog. I mean, this is clearly a layer shift, and this is a fairly difficult object for the printers to print, so maybe that's understandable. This one, I already took the roll off, but it just kind of stopped printing, which is what it did last time. And this one got all weird and thin, which is what it did last time. So that is not an especially zen fact. I think I'm gonna replace the nozzle or the hot end completely on this and just nuke it from orbit. In fact, that might be what I end up doing for all of these. When I can't figure out why something is happening, I just replace the whole hot end. I gotta say, I'm really loving the new screen. This is the YouTube chart thing I've got, and this is the moving average of the remaining days till monetization. The reason I have an average for these remaining days for monetization based on the current rate it calculates is because it varies so much. You can see this is 13, 38, 14, like some of these better estimates say it's like almost 2 weeks till I get monetized. So I have this averaged out a bit, and you can see in the last few days we are on track to be monetized in like less than a month, which is amazing. I feel like some kind of tech executive with this thing. It's like amazing. But you can see that we've got maybe the beginnings of a parabolic curve, which is very good. As a trading guy, you kind of notice stuff like this. And this is in the view count, or wait, no, this is in the subscriptions. You do have a little bit of a curve, and this is the view counts. And like, it's pretty linear so far, but I can see it kind of like being the beginning of a curve. So I recommend people actually paying attention to their data and stuff and tracking things like this. It's very useful. Some of the problems that we saw may have to do with the fact that the filament is being extruded at full speed, but we got the speed controller in today. I guess we're going to be really careful with these ends and make sure the wire ends that go in there are extremely short so they don't touch or something. But overall, this is working, so that's good. So I'm listening to this podcast, and they're talking about carpenters in some kind of analogy. I really wish I was there, because I would be like, I feel like this discussion about carpenters has only just begun. Or maybe we should save this discussion for a rainy day or a Monday. Apparently the speed controller does almost nothing. You can hear it speed up a little bit. And then slow down maybe a little bit. But whatever. It's always something. Oh, I figured out what it is. The power side needs to be here, motor side there. There we go. I was saying the other day that I'm right down the street from the best barbecue I've ever been to in my entire life, and I basically never go there. So I was thinking, the Segway is still charged. Let's take a little trip. I am super hungry. So many sights and sounds. This little bit is difficult. There we go. There we go. Nothing like segueing to the barbecue place. Maybe these sauces. These make great gifts. This is so good, y'all. This is like a Carolina slaw barbecue, and this is loaded mac with brisket. You have no idea how much flavor I'm about to imbibe. Literally right down the street from the shop. So good. It's really hard to describe just how amazing that was. I've actually done really well in getting myself to forget that's there, because I would just go there every day. I mean, I literally would do that. It's pretty nice out again today. Maybe we'll go a little farther. Boy, I just ate a bunch. I've got to walk it off. I think the water park is closed for the season. Weirdly, when I went to Dallas the other day, they had another water park that was called the same thing, the Splash Kingdom. I guess this is a chain. I hate this spot. Yeah. There we go. The sights and sounds of Nacogdoches. The crick. Little graveyard out of the middle of nowhere. I like to go to this little neighborhood called Park Place. The funny thing about it is all the streets are named after places in Monopoly. Fun to just ride through here. Sometimes I sort of dream about owning a house in a place like this. It's a pretty small dream. See St. James Place, Park Place, America. Finally. One of my favorite go out and smell the roses places. There's a little neighborhood war going on around here. That one's nice. I kind of dig that. St. James, St. Charles. It's probably enough screwing around for today. We're not doing that branch thing again. This place used to have coffee. They don't now. That is very sad. Back at the shop, we are putting a new hot end completely on this guy. I've determined that this is the worst patient. This one, which messed up, seems to be printing just fine. Really, I think it just had a layer shift because it was printing a difficult object. This is an easy object, so that's why I chose it. Here's the entirely new extruder assembly. Pretty simple from here. I was just about to do the first test print on the new one here, and the knob doesn't work. That is strange. What we're about to do is take out the sort of display board of one of these boxes. I assume it's the same part for a CR10 as an S5, since most of the parts are the same. Hopefully that'll work. I mean, it looks like the connector might be different. I don't know, we'll see. This is the one I took off. This is the one I'm replacing. The ribbons and stuff kind of connect at different times, but I'm just gonna plug it in and see what happens. All right, here goes nothing. Oh yeah, it's working. Yup. Seems to be extruding as it should. All right, first print. Not sure why it's doing that. I guess the X-axis switch needs switched out or something, but hopefully that is it. All right, the X-axis motor is not working. You can tell because it's only moving along the Y-axis and it's making this really bad sound. It could just be the wire itself though. I can pretty much guarantee you this is why that person sold it. Well, it's been a little annoying getting everything tweaked properly, but it does seem to be working. So that is 7 S5s. Very good. Now we're gonna do something that I've been meaning to do for a really long time. All the disasters in filament that have happened, these are the ruins. This is all the filament that got wasted, being unusable and stuff. And actually there's more than that. They're up there, and there's some that are kind of on the top of that rack behind there. But the reason this is significant is because it's very hard to get this filament off of the spools. You can't use it, so it kind of raises the question, how do we get these spools back nice and empty? The answer is we put it on one of these and kind of get that where it's gonna stay. Then we're gonna position this so it's feeding through this second spooler. And then I emptied the trash and hopefully we can all get it to go in there. All right, time to package a couple things up. Lady Justice. X gonna give it to you what? Come and get it on your own. X gonna deliver to you. I think I can say at this point that the speed controller is really crucial. There's something about making filament slightly slower that is just so much better. I mean, this is probably only like 70–80% speed of what was before, so it's not even that big a reduction. But even that little reduction is good. I mean, it's almost like printing something slow on a 3D printer. It just tends to be better. This is M3is 3. We have 4 M3is designs. This is the 3rd one. Really nice looking David right there. Classic Italian hand. Hey! For some reason, I just really want peanuts right now. Yes. Well, here's a problem I've never had before. I am really ready for stuff to just be normal and not constantly be having new problems that I've never had before in my life. Okay. I think we have identified that it is the motor. Ironically enough, as soon as I put this motor back into the machine, after one day it stopped working. Which is not surprising because this motor is from March. We know that it is not having difficulty turning this because the nozzle is off and there's almost no resistance and there's hardly anything in the hopper. So this thing is continuing to make noise. I know what the gears look like inside this canister, and if this thing is not moving, that means a gear has broken in this. That's why something could be rotating and this not. Like there would have to be some linkage broke. So that's sort of a good thing because at least we know what the problem is. It sucks that this thing has been giving me a lot of problems, but we got basically a full day of filament making in. Guess I'm gonna have to swap in that other motor for this one. Hopefully it'll work. I have yet another motor that's probably gonna be delivered in 4 or 5 days. So we'll see what happens with that. However, today I am grateful for this printer working. This printer seems to be working. This printer seems to be working. I'm not using this one right now. And our brand new printer is working really well as the other two over here. So I am grateful for that. I'm also grateful that I got a lot of things painted, a lot of it packaged today, and what's left will be packaged tomorrow. So those are some things I'm grateful for. Put in the comments what you're grateful for, and we will keep cultivating that gratitude. Peace out.